Alright folks, welcome to another beer review, and we've got another Kernel beer. I've actually ended up drinking most of the Kernel order that I had just casually after work because the weather permits it, to be honest. But I thought for this one, because it's not just a pale ale or an IPA, I thought I'd shoot a review for it. Anyway, so this is Half Brick Red Rye Ale, clocking in at 4.5%, and hops are Simcoe and Centennial. So I'm expecting a nice berry character, a little bit of woodiness, slight West Coast vibes about it, nice bitterness. Let's see what we get with this. I need to get a Kernel glass, and Kernel needs to actually make some merchandise. So I think a Kernel sweatsheet. What's a sweatsheet? I don't want to know. If Kernel made a sweatshirt that's just got the Kernel writing, that'd be lovely. Or like an embroidered Kernel label. I think that'd be quite nice actually. I do have a lovely tote bag which was kindly gifted to me by the legend that is Mersey Beers, because he got it from Brewster when they were doing a promotion. I think that I've had so many offers and discounts for Bruiser or Brewster, whatever it's called. I've never actually signed up, because when I do and I see, oh, the beers will be with you in a few weeks' time, I'm like, no, I want them now. But I don't think that's possible. You just have to be patient. Anyway, beer in the glass then. And oh yes, that is opaque. It's copper, toffee. Two fingers worth, brief unnecessary pause there. Off-white head. There's like a slight reddish hue. This lighting is not doing this beer any favours for my eyes. In fact, no, the more I'm looking at it, there's no real sort of like deep red. But yeah, it's more sort of like that brownish. It looks a little bit red there, doesn't it? A little bit like muddy water. Slightly reminds you of like a barley wine or a paler Doppelbock. Anyway, let's see what this is. I don't think I've ever had a red IPA or rye ale from Kernel, so we'll see how this has been. And I've enjoyed the ones that I've had. Their Hellas Lager was really, really nice. Or have I opened that one yet? Or is that on the table? Have I still got the Hellas Lager? Can't remember. I had the table beer, which on the bottle said 0.0%, so I don't know if it was an alcohol-free one, or if it's just an error on the label. But yeah, everything I've had so far from this order has been really nice and solid. But I didn't just want to upload hoppy, pale beers like I seem to always do. So I thought we'll give this one a try. Oh, and I had the Export Stout, was it? I'd forgotten how beautiful that beer is. Savoury as fuck, woody, just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Anyway, stop talking. Let's see what we get on the nose of this one. Ooh. It has that slight, like cinnamon chewing gum character to it. Yeah, it's got like a spiced element, very much so. Like the spices that you'd put in like a cake batter. You know, like nutmeg, cinnamon. There's an ever so slight clove-esque character, but not too much, because nobody ever wants to smell too much clove. But then you get some slight berry notes coming through. Vanilla. But then there's like a herbal element as well. Smells very interesting. It's nice, rounded, subdued, not too in your face. I'm getting a call. About to FaceTime with my puppy, because she's gone with my mum to visit family down south, and she's took the puppy with her. And yeah, it's weird how empty the house is. Not without the family, but without the puppy. Anyway, and I've got a few days of this, so luckily Mez Beers did drop off a full pallet of beers that we went halves on, so that'll keep me going. Anyway, smells good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. What a weird combination of movements that was. Oh god, yeah. Very much rye. It's like pumpernickel bread as well. It's peppery. It's very savoury. Those slight spiced elements you got on the nose are actually coming through on the flavour. But you get those hoppy notes coming through on the back end, added a gentle bitterness, but a very slight marmalade-y character. You do get that West Coast bitterness coming through, that's for damn sure. And I've said it multiple occasions, I find if you want to yearn for that old school West Coast feel that we've probably misremembered, then the red IPAs, the rye IPAs, just the way they're hopped and how the hops work with the malt bill, you're getting that character that made you wish, I wish more American beers came over to the UK. Now we're getting them in abundance. There's a little bit of sweetness there. I am getting that cinnamon, like fireball character. In fact, yeah, the rye does have that slight good quality rye whiskey element to it, without it tasting like whiskey. I'm not one of these people who can differentiate the smoothness or specific flavours and tannins in a whiskey, just because my palate is not equipped for that. A lot of whiskies will just always like make me tense up and give me a tingle down my spine, just because I'm not a connoisseur. Obviously, I can tell the difference when a whiskey is cheap or a bourbon's cheap and then a higher quality one, but there's a lot of flavours, which some people, if they don't really drink a vast array of beer, will say, well, that just tastes like this beer, or I don't like hoppy, it's too hoppy, that sort of thing. But this definitely has that. It's got a slight spicy bourbon character without it tasting like bourbon. Yeah, it's definitely not like a chill down, get a few bottles for the summer and enjoy because it's refreshing. It's liquid. It's got that refreshment factor, but you wouldn't really want to probably do a full session on this just because it's really rich and it builds up the more you drink it. But do you know what? Beers like this, the Kernel, do wonderfully well, and I love that it's in a bottle. I'm still madly in love with the whole like ethos of the Kernel. They haven't gone to cans. They brew what beers they want. They rotate. The branding just will be up there with one of the best in the industry for me. It's simple, doesn't really, it's no pretenses, but because of that, it stands out and has like a unique USP. But yeah, actually, it's just the fact that this beer style in a bottle, that to me is much more satisfying than the best hazy juice bomb that's in a can. Do you know what I mean? Perspective. Anyway, that's lovely. Really, really enjoy that. Look how muddy and murky it is. There's little bits at the bottom. Love it. Listen, right, if you weren't supposed to drink it, it wouldn't be in a bottle for commercial, like, distribution. Okay? Yeah, it might not really sit well in your stomach, but you're not going to die because you drank sediment out of a beer. It's part of the beer. It's a living, breathing thing. But if you don't want to drink that, you can just pour it gently. But I just love how chunky that looks. and how sort of like chalky and opaque it's gone compared to what it was before. Look at that block of colour. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It doesn't always have to be canned cold chain for it to be tremendous beer. And I probably, well, it's just a good quality beer. So whether that was canned or in bottle, wonderful stuff. But to me, it's just the fact that it's in a bottle makes it that little bit better. Anyway, I've waffled on for way too long. It's Thursday evening, that usually means takeaway. But what do we do? Who do we go with? It's going to be spending less because there's less people in the house, but it is what it is. We shall see. Anyway, if you've tried this or any version of this, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Thank you all for watching, and you take care. Go check out the Kernel, and up the fucking toffees. Bye-bye.